All right, what's happening, y'all? Happy night flight, everybody. We are just getting settled in. Sorry, I'm slightly preoccupied. Give me 5 seconds. Sorry, Tony. Hold on, dude. I'm looking for something.
Creative Tony. Yeah, what you doing now? You coach your little league. Yeah, let's take a night reprieve. Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night flight. On the night flight. This is your other home. Yeah, you know you're not alone. Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night flight. On the night flight. This is your other home. Yeah, you know you're not alone.
All right.
Hi, Creative Tony. How you doing tonight, buddy? How's everything? How's
Oh, sorry. Whoops, my bad. It was on loop. I apologize. See, right out of the gates. Here we go, Paulie. Happy night flight, Paulie. I'm not drinking a beer. I'm drinking a what's called a hoppy refresher.
Okay.
My lawyer needs a hoppy refresher.
What is that, like non-alcoholic beer?
Yeah. It's like a hop water. It's almost like a hop water, but better.
I got to tell you the truth. I don't think I've ever had a non-alcoholic beer. I don't think I've ever even tasted one.
This is tasty, bro. Seriously.
Right. I'll tell you what we got to do. When we're done with the show tonight, I want you to inspect that can. I want you to look at the can, and I want you to look at that can for contact information. I want you to send an email to the good people of the Hoppy organization and say, yo, Hoppy, I'm doing placement ads as it is. You know, product placement, when you show the product on the air, that's a product placement ad. Tony just gave him one for free off the books. So, Tony, tell him we are the sponsors that he's been waiting for. We are the vehicle to get the message out about the. You hold up the can again. Let's see what you got there, Tony.
I wonder if Standard Deviant makes any. I got to talk to Mark about that.
Okay.
If they make any hop water, they make a Stud Light, dude. The Stud Light, 4% Standard Deviant. I tell you what. When I had to pound 4 beer, actually I only pounded 2.5, but when I had to pound beers for every Aaron Judge strikeout, I was glad it was the Stud Light, that 4%, and not a higher percentage beers, although their higher percentage beers are damn tasty as well, Paulie.
Okay, Tony. So I'm glad you've got your hoppy. I've got my traditional glass of water to my immediate right. How you feeling tonight, by the way, dude?
I feel great, dude. I feel great. You know what, though? I want to slap Buto right out of the gates, and I want to. I also want to, Paulie.
Bombs away.
Not for so Paulie, for we're playing that for every home run. Okay, Paulie.
Yeah.
Not for today.
What are you looking at, by the way? You have a very interesting look on your face. What are you looking at right now? Like
right
now?
I'm looking at Giants box scores.
Okay, because you're off like looking. It was like, I don't know. I was like, where's Tony looking? All right, so finish your thought. We're doing bombs away. I get that. I get the premise. Go ahead. What else are we doing?
No, I was saying just for Matt Chapman's bomb yesterday because it was after our show yesterday.
Okay. Oh, understood. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Good. Well, I mean, dude, last night and today were two totally different baseball experiences for you Giant fans. I'm sure you've all seen the news, or you maybe saw the game today. It didn't go so well today. Giants losing San Diego 7-1. Last night, the aforementioned, the offense exploded for 16 hits, 9 runs. Really nice game for the Giants. I think most Giant fans are feeling better after last night. And I feel pretty good overall. Listen, they go down to San Diego. They take 2 or 3. Right now, Tony, I'll take that.
Yes. It's a series win, dude. I'll take that all damn day. I feel like, I've had a lot of reflection, Paulie, since that first season opening series. And I got to give Sean Estes so much love for this new segment I call Estes Bestis on NBC Sports Bay Area.
Yeah.
He was breaking down Logan Webb's lack of command in his first start. And I was like, damn, Estes, you are breaking it down. Like just leaving balls up and not hitting his spots. And when he does that, he gets hit. And I'm like, dude, I'm loving this, man. So I really appreciated that breakdown. And then our very own Rod Brooks, who's coming on the show later tonight.
Yes.
I saw him breaking down on social media that let's just pause for a moment and realize the pitching that the Giants saw in that Yankees series was absurdly good. So the pitching that they're seeing in San Diego not nearly as good, and but they're going to see some good pitching with the Mets and the Phillies coming to Oracle Park. So, but I just wanted to say, we were after the season opener, we were all a little, I don't know, upset,
out of sorts,
a little,
Yeah.
a
little, Tony, if I may, we were a little put off,
Yeah, a little put off, but I am put off by this guy Buto, and we yesterday we said we're going to slap relievers when they give up runs in the ninth inning. I would like to your permission to amend that to just slap relievers whenever they give up a run, because relievers aren't supposed to come in and give up runs. They're not supposed to come in and give up 4 runs, Paulie.
No, certainly not.
Buto, by the way, with a 22.50 ERA. Dude, the guy's thrown 2 innings and he's given up, I think, 5 runs and 6 hits and 4 walks. And also, Paulie, today, 28 pitches thrown, 8 strikes.
Okay, well, let's dive into this. Now, again, Tony is kind of reminding us about our invention yesterday of the slaps for runs campaign, where I think the initial, and Tony, if you want to amend something, you come talk to me. I'm Mr. Amendment. You need to amend anything, you come see Paulie Mack. I'll amend whatever you need. You're forgiven. You're all forgiven, by the way. That's what I should be. I should be the guy in the confession booth when you come and confess all your problems. I'd be the greatest priest ever. Be like, you know what? You're good. Go home, roll one up. Watch a comedy, watch Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and say 10 Hail Marys and call me next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think the world will be a more peaceful place. But until I go there, yes, we can amend slaps for runs. And the premise is basically because we got to get to know this bullpen. And that's kind of what we're in the process of doing now, the early days of that in this 26 season. But our initial looks at Buto are a little bit concerning. So you can proceed now. It's generally a slap per run given up. So, Tony, I'll let you have your way. Yeah.
I mean, it's just what it is. We have to follow through with our promises, Paulie. And if we want to do Buto correctly, oh wow. Dude, the roadcaster just did a little dance party for me.
Well, that's why the roadcaster's on the bummer brackets, my friend. A lot of short circuits, a lot of misfires, and it's not Tony's fault. It's really not. Trust me, this is a finicky piece of gear. But Tony, if you're ready, I'll let you proceed. Go ahead, buddy.
1, 2, 3. And of course, thank you, roadcaster. Stalled, roadcaster.
Does it actually say stalled?
No, it just literally pauses. But and Paulie, now I'm supposed to remind you whenever you are Captain Blur, I need you to amend that situation.
I understand.
De-blur.
I understand. Everybody look at this. I'm getting it from everywhere. Red Jet Shell says, Paulie looks blurry. Everybody stand by. Let me go cleanse off the blur. I'll be right back. You know what? I'll be back. I'll be better than ever. Stand by, y'all. I'll be right back.
He'll be right back, y'all. Oh, and I know what also needs to be changed is the background needs to be changed to reflect the night and the night flight that is. And so we got Dan Coach Emilio, we have Longbridge Pizza, we have Stellar Design as our sponsors for the night flight. Also, we're going to do some right or wrong later on tonight. We're also going to have, as we mentioned before, Rod Brooks coming on the show. I want to talk about Matt Chapman and Casey Schmidt. I do want to talk about the Dubs situation, and I just looked at the score, and it's not pretty. The Spurs are up by a lot. I think it was 53-35 last time I checked. But stand by. Paulie's back in action, and then of course we're getting very excited for Rod to come on at the bottom of the hour, and we got bumper bracket action too, Paulie. That's a little better, and I think it gets better as we go. Okay?
All right, we'll give it a minute. We'll give it a minute or two. If I need to clean up my act again, I will happily exit and re-enter the premises. Okay, Tony, just a little roadmap for tonight. So as Tony said a moment ago, we will talk to the legendary Rod Brooks. He's been one of our favorite guys for years, a great colleague, but also a great friend. I want to talk Giants. I actually want to talk Warriors with him. I want to talk Niners. Shanny got loose yesterday with his interview about overseas games. I want to get into that. So, Tony, we got bookmarks. We got an installment of Right or Wrong. And I'm realizing that the slaps.
Installment of what, Paulie?
Well, Right or Wrong.
Right or wrong?
See what I'm saying? Again, please. Sorry.
Right or wrong?
And you see,
right or wrong?
You folks see what just happened there? Did you guys catch what just happened? we are like two little kids with a new toy in the room, and it's like I'll just keep pressing that button over and over, right or wrong, right or right. And Tony's the same way. Tony, I think I just got to the bottom of why KNBR management was always so hesitant to put us in the same studio together, because they knew this is what would happen. We'd be off and be, Tony, press it again. But and I mean it. Give me another one.
All right.
Right or wrong?
And also, just because I miss Bob Weir, Paulie.
Like Saturday night.
I got to tell you, yeah.
One more Saturday night.
I got to tell you, I was talking to my good friend Brian Connors today, Mr. BC. He's Grateful Dead royalty, and he was telling me today that he still misses Bob Weir a great deal, and he hasn't been able to wrap his head around life after Bobby, and I'm kind of with him on that. It's not been an easy transition. Any case, Tony, I realized I think what we got to do for Slaps for Runs is come up with like an open, like a little open for the segment, and I might just mimic exactly what I did for Tony's top three. Maybe it's as simple as this: Slaps for Runs. You know what I mean? Just something like that, like Tony's top three, Slaps for Runs. I don't know. We'll try it.
By the way, that Tony's top three thing, we were just riffing. We're like, you know what? Let's just do it. And it ended up being, for bleeps and giggles, Paulie. Why not?
Tony's top three.
Easy.
Okay, there we go.
I don't want you to be the boy that cried wolf. You're going to get a stampede of Tony's top three fans. Arguably, dude, the most popular feature on the Polymac Particle show, Tony's top three. We've got stickers. There are T-shirts out there. Dom's probably got.
Paulie, we have slaps. We don't have stickers. We have slaps, dude.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. We got slaps. So, Tony, I'm going to throw the compass over to you. How do you want to proceed here? Do we go right or wrong? Do we do the Shanahan interview? Do we talk about Steph Curry's return on Sunday, folks? I'm excited about that. And I do have my eye in the game. Warriors are taking it on the chin, folks. 65-41 late second quarter. Yeah, Wemby's just, running amok out there. There's only so much Draymond Green can do. Anyway.
Could you imagine trying to guard a 7'4" human being?
I'd be throwing elbows into his ribs. I mean, that's the only way to do it, is to physically maybe slow him down, because you can't defend him.
How about this guy for the Florida Gators, I think he's entering the transfer portal? He's 7'9".
Yeah, that's a problem.
7'9".
Well, you're now talking. You're talking about guys who they can just place the ball in the hoop without leaving their feet. They just lift up and just dunk it right in.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony, the guy who's in the transfer portal, is he a fourth grader?
No, he's not a fourth grader,
Okay.
but I think his parents held him back 2 years instead of just one. Yeah,
I see.
In eighth grade. So when he was in eighth grade, he was actually a sophomore in high school. But that's okay. He's doing better now, Paulie. That's all the parents care about. But before we do anything, Paulie, two things: numerology, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna give love to Dan Coach Emilio and Secure Money before we do anything.
This is why I need you. This is exactly why I need you on my hip. That kind of instruction. And real quick,
need your love, need your love, need your love, need your love. Sorry. Go ahead.
No need to be sorry. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
keep going. I don't want to stop you. You want to sing some Cheap Trick? I'm all ears. Tony, by the way, you made me lose my train of thought. Son of a gun. What were we just saying?
Paulie, need your love. You love.
Yeah. So do you want to go? So give me the roadmap again. You want to go Dan Coach Emilio?
Numerology, arrow, Secure Money, Dan Coach Emilio.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that. So why don't you lay the show number on me? What do we got?
Episode 294. Episode 294. 294. 294. Give me a 94, Paulie. Or 49. Or or a 42 or a 24, but basically a 94 or a 49.
I'm going to go 49 on this one because his career was cut short, sadly, and he was a great, great player for Bill Walsh. And I'm talking about Jeff Fuller, who lost usage of his right arm at that. It was 1989 Niners Patriots. And it was a weird game because that game was played at Stanford Stadium because of the earthquake. And they were making sure Candlestick was going to be safe to bring people back into. So the Niners had to play that game down in at Stanford. And it was just such a disappointing thing. And did you know, I think we've talked about this before, Eddie DeBartolo put Jeff Fuller on a lifetime salary. So,
wow.
Every year for the rest of Jeff Fuller's life, Eddie DeBartolo makes a payment for him to make sure that he's going to be okay after losing usage of his arm. And that's, once again, just the greatness of Eddie DeBartolo. It really was a family affair back then. It was less of a business and more of a family. And that kind of speaks to that. So long-winded story there, but I'm going to go Jeff Fuller, number 49. What do you got, T?
I got 2, Paulie. I'm going to go match your 49 with 49ers hit pay dirt, Earl Cooper.
Nice.
Earl Cooper.
Nice.
The Sports Illustrated cover for those in the know. 49ers hit pay dirt. He's spiking the football. And then, of course, I'm going to go Paulie, Hall of Famer for the red and gold. He also wore the cowboy blue, but 94 Charles Haley, Paulie. Charles freaking Haley.
If you think about it, dude, there is like a surplus of all-time great Niner defensive linemen that wore number 94. You start right there with Charles Haley. Then you move into a Dana Stubblefield era. Then you move into a Justin Smith, dude.
Yeah, dude, the cowboy, man. I loved the cowboy, dude. Come on.
Dude, I mean, how did we not win a ring with those guys? I
don't
still
know.
can't get over this. I'm still, you know what? I'm still trying to recover from the Harbaugh Super Bowl loss.
No.
We had Justin Smith, Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis, Deshaun Goldson, Alden Smith. I mean, you had the hitman, you had Dante Whitner out there. That defense was effing loaded, and we couldn't. We still couldn't get it done. It's so incredibly frustrating. But anyway, thanks for playing numerology. Sorry,
I'm going to give Scarlet Fire just some love on the chat. A name I was not looking to or expecting to see or hear.
Yeah,
number 49, Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry, dude.
Hey.
That's a great pull, Bon. That's a great pull. And update on the SI Wildcats. They lost 6-5, but a valiant effort by the Wildcats yesterday. So Bonnie will be our SI baseball correspondent throughout the WCL season. Paulie, take it away.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm going to take it away right over to Dan Coach Emilio and SecureMoney.com, one of our great sponsors and a great friend. He was on the show yesterday talking Giant baseball. And he is, you think about Dan, you think about the services he's offering everybody in the PMP community. Just think about him as like the official show financial advisor. Talk to Dan Coach Emilio about where you are attempting to go financially, what your goals are, the money you have on hand, the money you'd like to grow, and the money you'd like to protect. Because, folks, the two key words in the arsenal of Dan Coach Emilio's business are safety and protection, meaning he is committed to helping you never lose the money that you already have. And he is also committed to assisting you and giving you opportunities to grow that money, maximum opportunity with financial growth. And that's where Dan comes in. He's going to work with you to maximize your pay, maximize your income, pay fewer income taxes. You have to have guys like this in your, on your side, like as part of your team, because they can save you a great deal of money. They can save you a great deal of tax money due at tax time. And then all of those major kind of, adult kind of checklist items that we have to deal with, things like retirement planning, life insurance, IRA planning, estate planning, 401k rollover. These are all things Dan can help you do, and he will do it professionally. He will do it in a timely fashion. And you can see Dan is a sweetheart. He's a super nice guy, loves Giant baseball. And just some numbers for you numbers enthusiasts out there. Dan has great rates too. He's got access to guaranteed options, paying 7% on 2-year terms, 8% on 5-year terms. If all of this sounds like enough kind of motivation for you to want to have a conversation with Dan, I totally encourage that. I want to get Dan some business from the PMP community. So pick up the phone and call him, 1-888-960-SAFE, 1-888-960-SAFE. That's 7233. Also visit securemoney.com. Read all about Dan's services. Or if you'd rather just shoot him an email, you go ahead and do that. Dan at securemoney.com. Tony, again, Dan, we thank you for your partnership and your support. And you're a great sponsor and a great friend, Tony. Go ahead.
Absolutely. We love having Dan as a partner. And obviously, those who saw yesterday's show, you can see why we love Dan. And also, if you missed yesterday's show, or any portion of the show, go back to YouTube at Polymax Particles, like and subscribe while you're there. And you can see Dan Coach Emilio and Carlos De La Fuente on the show breaking down Giants baseball and Dan's great story about Dave Parker. Can't leave that out as well. Phenomenal story from Dan. And also, Paulie, there is a common thread with all of our partners that we have here on the show. And is that people that we trust and people that we know want to that take care of you, people that chose career paths to take care of other people. When I went to SI, the mantra at SI was, and it's part of the Jesuit mantra, is be a person for others. Dan Coach Emilio has chosen a career path to be a person for others, to make sure that your money is safe and secure and taken care of. And I am damn near financially illiterate, man. Seriously.
You and me both, buddy.
Correct.
That's two of us, two peas in a pod, you know?
Yes, man. Yes. So it's like somebody like Dan is a lifesaver for people like Paulie and I. So get in touch with Dan if you are like Paulie and I, and you need somebody to just translate things, to just organize things, to help you steer you in the right direction and save money and take care of your money and make literally the company is called Secure Money. Started in 2001. He's been going for 25 plus years. Call Dan today, 888-960-SAFE, 888-960-7233, or email Dan at securemoney.com. And we promise you'll have a great discussion about your money and your investments and life insurance and etc. But you're also going to have a great conversation about Giants baseball as well. So give Dan a call or shoot him an email, and you'll thank us later.
It's funny, Tony. I was watching Dan do a show today at the end of the Giants game, and he was watching Budo leave the field, and it was just funny because I was watching Dan, and he was like, "What's going on out here?" He's like, he goes, because he was like looking quizzically off to the side. He must have the TV. And he's like, I think he's like, they're taking Budo out of the game. He might be hurt. He might be hurt. It was just funny. The whole thing made me laugh. It wasn't a funny ending to the game, but Dan was cracking me up today. And definitely check his show out. Dan on the NorCal Sports Network. We all love Dan. Okay, Tony, question for you. Do we do right or wrong? Do we start the brackets? We got Rod Brooks in about 10 minutes. You're in charge here. I'm just a humble servant. Tell me what to do.
Let's do a quick right or wrong. Yeah, let's do Paulie, let's do right or wrong. Ooh.
Right or wrong.
There we go. So you have a question for me and I have a question for you. So Paulie, launch into your question first, and then I will launch into one for you.
Okay, my first right or wrong question, in fact, my only right or wrong question for Tony tonight, it's a baseball question. And folks, I'm always going to defer to Tony when it comes to baseball because he just knows the game. He knows the game inside and out. He knows things about the game that I don't know unless he kind of clues me into it. So I want your take on the incident today between Matt Chapman and Casey Schmidt. We had a mishap in the throw. You know, I think it got tipped off of Schmidt's glove. Then there's a little powwow on the mound, and for the Giant fans who were at work, maybe you missed this today, Chapman kind of called him out on the mound, like in a very public way. So, and I know he was pissed. I know all the Giant fans were pissed too, but my question is that the right or wrong thing to do on the field in the middle of the game in front of everybody? Like, what is the etiquette on that? Should that happen in the dugout? Should that happen in the clubhouse? Or do you say, no, he was right, let him have it right there during the game? Like, what do you think?
I feel like Chapman is a seasoned enough veteran to know the right time to do it. And maybe he just felt like Casey needed a kick in the ass. And there's a few reactions I have to this, Paulie, because you've got a 6'9" first baseman sitting in Sacramento that could be playing first base,
and who's probably going to make that play today.
100% going to make that play.
Yeah.
And another thing, and I'm no big leaguer, and Casey Schmidt, I tip my cap, you are a big leaguer, but he made the common mistake at first base of striding too early to where you're hung out to dry and you can't make the adjustment. You're supposed to kind of stride as the ball's in the air and to the direction of where the ball is and to the height of where the ball is. If you stride too early, then you're hung out to dry, and it's hard to kind of make up ground as the ball's in the air. So that's what happened. And to chat for Chapman, because Chapman was like, dude, I made a good play. You need to make a good play too. I feel like it's a mutual respect thing. They both want to win games. And sure, I would rather see that in the dugout personally. And if I was Casey Schmidt, I'd rather have it in the dugout as well. But I feel like Chapman was like, I need to light a fire in his ass, and I'm going to do it. I don't necessarily... I'm not a big fan of it, but I mean, I do think that they have a mutual respect for each other, and they both talked about it after the game and said, "Dude, we both want to win a ball game. We get it. Everything's fine. Don't make this bigger than what it is." You know?
No, it'll be forgotten. Yeah, no, it's just a minor moment in a what was a bad loss today. But I was just curious, like, what your read of that was, because it was pretty obvious. I mean, it's all over Twitter now too. You can see, you can pretty much read Chapman's lips, and he was pissed, you know. And that's what happens. Tempers run hot. I get it. Okay.
Well, I see Hum Daddy's on the chat because Casey Schmidt is in the first baseman. Exactly.
Yeah.
Schmidt happens, Paulie. He's not a first baseman. You have Eldridge. Like, put him in the 8th spot in the lineup. And I mean, anyways.
By the way, Tony, I just want to acknowledge too, before we move on to your question for me, when you're talking about probably the worst beers ever manufactured and the worst hangovers ever created by God above. You got to include Schmidt's beer in that conversation. Have you ever had a bottle of Schmidt's? I'm dead serious.
No, I never have. No.
Is that an East Coast thing? Do you know what Schmidt's is? Maybe it's East Coast.
I think it is East Coast. I've never heard of it. When you were drinking Schmidt's, I was probably drinking Lucky Lager. I was probably drinking Lucky Lager.
Same idea, same principle. Really, it's like the stuff that they sweep up off the brewery floor that spilled over the vat. They're like, can that stuff up.
Paulie, was it Schlitz or Schmitz?
Well, there's two. There's a legit Schlitz, which is now kind of trendy in dive bars. You can see people drinking a can of Schlitz. But no, I'm talking Schmitz, buddy. Schmitz. And there
was there a Z or an S at the end of this?
I'm saying it's an S. It's a Schmitz. And I believe there was a Schmitz Light as well, dude.
It's like Keystone. Did you ever have Keystone back in the day?
I've had Keystone, but I think for me, the worst beer ever, the worst hangover I can remember, especially like my freshman year at college. I was big on this stuff because it was cheap. You can buy like a 30 pack for like $7. So like we were all drinking Bush beer. Dude,
Head for the mountains of Bush.
Dude, F the mountains of Bush. Let me tell you that, dude. F the mountains of Bush. I'm never going back to the mountains of Bush again.
My St. Mary's baseball team, we were sponsored by Hams.
Now you're talking.
Hams.
Now, Tony, let me allow me to give you the tagline. It's the water, okay? It's the freaking water.
From the land of sky blue water.
I'm going to go so deep down a rabbit hole, down an early 70s rabbit hole. I'm about to lose the entire audience, but I'm willing to take that risk. One of my podcasts, I did not expect to go down this road tonight, but here's what happens. There was a great old Clint Eastwood movie where he co-stars with a very, very young Jeff Bridges. They're bank robbers. The name of the movie is Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. They're two bank robbers. Great movie. Daisy Duke has a role in that as a very young actress. She's
come on, Catherine Bach, please. Come on.
Catherine Bach, Daisy Duke, same person. Tony, in that film, Clint Eastwood in more than one scene is seen like cracking open a can of Hams, dude. Just drinking Hams.
And when with two M's, Paulie, double M.
Didn't they have like a cartoon bear on a log, like falling into the water?
Cartoon bear was on our scoreboard at St. Mary's College, dude. I'm telling you.
I'm going to ask you to go dig up an ad right now if you can. Right. I'm going to ask you to find me a Hams ad. It's going to be worth it, folks. And some of these young kids, like Hum Daddies, they probably have no idea what we're talking about. Hams, Schmitz, what is this stuff? Believe me, these are the beers.
Dude, Paulie, the land of sky blue waters.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Jesus H. Hang on a second. Here we go.
Okay.
Stand by. And if it's choppy, it's choppy. Just deal with it. You know, I apologize. We're doing the best here. Let me get rid of some stuff here. I just want to make sure that's like the possible cleanest. I've got cleared windows. You can see that, Paulie, that screen.
But it's kind of all pixelated though.
It's supposed to be because that's when this aired. So look at this. Here we go.
Okay.
From the land of sky blue waters, from the land of pines, lofty blossoms, from the beer refreshing. Pour an ice-cold Hams and treat yourself to the premium beer from the land of sky blue waters. Great tasting Hams. Hams, the beer refreshing. Hams, the beer refreshing. Hams.
I don't have enough superlatives. I don't have enough complimentary words to just pour all over that ad. And special shout out to the dad, the 70s dad with the beard and the vest. Bro, that guy's up in the mountains camping and he brought his glass mug. You know what I mean? He's like, I might need this when I go on my camping trip. Honey, throw my glass beer mug in the suitcase.
You're so on it, Paulie. And from the land of sky blue waters, okay, Paulie? Hams, the beer refreshing. Hams, the beer refreshing.
Tony, thank you for that detour. Thank you.
Yeah, and by the way, I just want to know, did we get past 2012 or are we back to the dial-up days on the video? Just let us know in the chat because we're curious to see how that was.
And did my whole screen clean up intact or am I still?
Yeah, you totally cleaned up your act, man. Okay. I wonder if Brooksy has these issues too. We should ask him on the show because he's going to be in the green, or Rod's in the green room. So, Paulie, I want to finish right or wrong, and then we can go to Rod, and we can do bummer brackets on the tail end after Rod. Maybe
that's fine. Okay. We still have, you guys. Just so you know, if we don't get to it tonight, we will. We might get to it tonight. We'll see what the time looks like. But if we don't, we can do a lot of bummer bracket voting tomorrow. And I've seen you guys voting, so thank you for getting involved in this. It's just for fun, but there are some good matchups we're going to want to get to. Okay, Tony, hit me. You got a right or wrong for me, you said? Is that?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Right or wrong?
There we go.
Thank
Paulie, Bruce Springsteen started his tour last night in Minneapolis.
Yes.
And phenomenal show. I didn't see the full show, but I saw some videos. Dude, he covered Purple freaking Rain.
It was beautiful. The version of Purple Rain was beautiful. It was
gorgeous. And dude, Nils Lofgren and Tom Morello playing the lick at the end of the jam. I recommend all of you go watch the E Street Band with Tom Morello playing Purple Rain by Prince. It was freaking phenomenal.
Well, and again, the show was in Minnesota. Prince, you get it right, and it was. I mean, that's going to be a one and done. He ain't going to be doing that again on the tour. I'm telling you, that's a one-off right there. But
okay, that's my question. So, my question is: do you think at Chase Center, do you think he's going to play a cover that you've never seen?
You know what's so funny that you are asking this question? That's really unusual because a couple of days ago, I don't remember who this was. Somebody asked me if they thought Bruce would acknowledge Bob Weir at the Chase Center. And somebody asked me, do you think Bruce would ever, who the F was that? Was that you, Dom? Somebody had just asked me a couple of days ago. I'm forgetting who asked me the same question. And they said, do you think Bruce will play, will he acknowledge Bob Weir? And if the E Street Band plays a Grateful Dead song, what would it be? I have no idea if Bruce. I don't think Bruce knew Bob Weir. I don't think they really knew each other. But Bruce obviously and Clarence, Jerry Garcia played with Clarence Clemens a million times in the 80s and 90s. They were boys, so I know he's familiar with the Dead scene and stuff. But if he does a song, Tony, I would say it would be Truckin'. I can hear the E Street Band playing Truckin'. That I could hear.
Well, first of all, you talked about Garcia. And so I want to just give some love to Jerry and Bruce in the show. And if I could get these.
We would all like to be able to live an uncluttered life, a simple life, a good life.
Yeah, it's not asking too much. And then probably my request is just tear the roof off the freaking Chase Center and give me a Hell in a Bucket with just the whole band going bonkers. Give me a bucket, okay?
What are you talking about? The E Street Band playing bucket?
Yes.
Dude. Oh, fine with me. I love where your head's at. How about a throwing stones while we're at it? You know what I mean?
Could you imagine? At least I'm enjoying the ride. Come on, dude.
And Bruce just screaming now. At least I'm enjoying the ride. I'll take that.
Right.
I'll take that, man.
At least I'm enjoying the ride. Come on, dude.
Okay. Tony, I enjoyed playing Right or Wrong with you. Say goodnight to Al Pacino one more time on the way out.
Right or wrong?
There we go. Hold on. Well, if we can do this real quick.
So say goodnight to the bad guy.
And for Carlos de la Fuente.
Pelican fly. Come on, Pelican.
All right, there we go.
Okay, let's bring in our special guest tonight. This is one of our favorite guys. He's a longtime friend, longtime colleague. Friendship way more important than the colleague part, but we all grew up together in this business, and Rod is crushing it right now with the Quality Hang Show. He's also got the other show, The Side Project, with Dante Whitner and Patrick Willis. That's another great broadcast. I know you guys are all fans, and of course, we enjoy his work on NBC Sports Bay Area, especially when it comes football season, dude. I go to Brooksy for a lot of Niner information. So it's been a while since we've had Rod on. Let's bring him back to the show. Welcome Rod Brooks back to Paulie Max Particles. See what he's up to tonight.
Paulie, we shouldn't serenade Rod with "It's been a while."
No, I don't think he would appreciate that. I would almost guarantee it. Yeah.
I have to admit, I'm not a stained head, so I would appreciate it from you guys, but it wouldn't be like, oh, stain like that. I've never said that. That's the first time I've ever done that.
No, your instincts are correct. I'm telling you right now. So, Brooksy, before I went on the Murph and Mac show, I worked on The Bone for a couple of years, and my old boss, Larry Sharp, he used to put that song in the rotation, Stained, and I would have to set it up and back sell it. Yeah, 107.7 The Bone, they're Stained for you. And meanwhile, like the whole audience knows that I don't like them, and they know like what I'm saying is not really authentic. But here's a question I'm going to ask for Brooksy and for Tony. Yeah. Every now and again, like the playlist on The Bone would have like a gap. Something would happen, and I'd have to call Larry and say, hey, Larry, this hour is not lined up. We got like 5 empty minutes. And Larry would always say, okay, pick something out you want to play and stick it in there.
Nice.
And I always, like Brooksy, every time I did that, I always played a Cheap Trick song because I'm always trying to give Cheap Trick more more exposure. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, here's a deep cut by Cheap Trick. And I did that a million times. If you had to fill out the hour and the program director said, all right, Brooksy, stick a song in there that you like, what artist would it be or what track would it be?
Oh, and so we're kind of confined to rock and roll, right?
Yeah, we'll stay with that format. Yeah.
Oh, what would I stick in there? Here's what I would stick in there.
Okay.
It would be a Van Halen cut.
Nice.
From their most popular album, 1984.
Yeah.
But it would be Late on Side B.
What are we talking? Girl Gone Bad?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. I think that is the quintessential Van Halen song. All right.
Keep
First
going.
and foremost is Diamond Dave talking about sex.
Yep.
Right? And singing about sex. That's what he does. The high harmonies on that song with Michael Anthony being the guy driving it. Eddie's in there too, but Michael Anthony driving that high harmony. It's all over that song. Alex is going crazy on the drums. He's like an octopus.
Yeah.
He's hitting everything at once, and it all sounds good.
Yep.
And Eddie's guitar playing is Eddie's guitar playing. And so, there are more popular Van Halen songs. And again, that's from the most popular album. I just don't think people give that song enough love. If Alien said, what's the best Van Halen song? Everybody loves Panama. Everybody loves Unchained.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of us love Little Guitars.
Yeah.
I would make that Alien listen to Girl Gone Bad, and that's what I would play. It's about a 4.5 minute song.
I asked a question. I got a great answer. And I'm going to take the next step in that. And then I'm going to go to you, Tony, is say that I'm pretty sure Dave is talking about, I don't know. Let's call it a woman of the night, a lady of the evening.
A very old profession.
Yeah, he says like there's a couple of lines in there where he's like, she's shaking those poor boys down. She don't work for free. She don't work for free. Girl gone bad. So I think he's like kind of implying the oldest profession in the world there. Yeah, like Brooksy said. All right, Tony.
By the way, Brooksy, on the show recently, we were just breaking down the gong that's used to sit behind Alex Van Halen. On stage, dude.
Lighting it on fire, putting it in flame.
Lighting it on fire, dude.
Yeah. And as a drummer, if I had a gong behind me, I would be the most obnoxious bandmate of all time because I'm hitting that gong when I want to and when I shouldn't hit that gong. You cannot put a gong behind me and be like, "Hey man, we're gonna need you to go easy on the gong."
Dude,
I'm hitting the gong.
Can you do a no look gong? Like a no look gong?
Like finish, well, I mean you could, but the problem is you got to because you can't hit the gong with like a drumstick right
mallet
here.
is like this thing.
Yeah, you got to get the mallet. So like I'm bad and I got a drumstick. This is not going to make the gong go. So I got to get. I don't have anything.
I love anything
wrong, but I got to get the gong mallet, and then that's a 2-hand job. So
it's like a baseball bat. Yeah, you got to. And Tony, I like your no look gong, dude. I like that. I like the whole premise. Tony, same question to you, and then we'll talk some sports with Brooksy. But DJ or your program director says, Tony, you got to fill 5 minutes. What band are you sticking in there?
I'd get in trouble because I would play a Pearl Jam track, but I would play a track probably from one of the more recent albums because those don't get any commercial love.
Yeah.
And their recent albums are so damn good.
Yeah.
And I feel like Pearl Jam heads obviously know the albums, but I feel like the greater audience needs to hear what this band is still doing. And I would play. There's a song that ends their latest album, Dark Matter. The song is called Setting Sun. That just, I mean, it has literally brought me to tears while driving a couple times because it is just an incredible piece of music that Pearl Jam put together. And
brother,
I go Setting Sun.
Do you remember? We had many trips to Tahoe, but do you remember our trip to Tahoe that one summer in Peak Champagne? Yes. Your old car that barely got us there and barely got us home.
Yeah.
And we went to the Biltmore at 3 o'clock in the morning. Came home at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we blasted Yield all the way from North from the state line, going all the way back to Tahoma.
Yeah,
it's about an hour, and we blasted it, and how the sun was coming up.
Ooh,
over the mountains and Yield, which is my favorite Pearl Jam album, and it's it was the perfect soundtrack. It was just like absolutely perfect.
Dude, Brooksy, I'll never forget that moment as long as I live.
Oh man, it was great.
Hey,
but also, Paulie, real quick, it was listening to that music with the apprehension I had every time I drove that Chrysler LeBaron. So it's like it added to the thrill of the moment.
Right.
Will we survive this? I don't know. We don't really know.
It kind of evened you out because we were both on edge. Like, is this car going to go? Is it going to go up in flames now?
And you're like,
go up in flames now. So you're on that high tension wire. Yeah, you got Pearl Jam kind of just bringing you down a little bit because you're just like, if we could just get one more mile out of this car, we'll be okay.
And then in the back of your mind, you're like, this could be the last album I ever hear. You know what I mean? This car, we might be it right now. We might not make it through the end of this track. Okay, guys. Okay, Brooksy, thanks for coming on, man. Great to see you. Tony, where do you want to start with Rod tonight? You take over the interview process because we got Warriors, we got Giants, we got Shanahan getting loose with international games. So you pick a topic, Tony. Go for it.
First of all, Rod, congratulations on the grit code too, man. That is some,
thank you.
Damn good content you guys are putting out there, man.
I do solo stuff on Quality Hang, but I have a side super group with with Dante Whitner and Patrick Willis.
Dude, Brooksy, you're like the podcast version of Silk Sonic, dude. You know Silk Sonic?
It's funny. My wife was saying, because we have a group chat, obviously, and we're in the car. You know how your text messages will come up on the screen, on the navigation screen, and all that kind of stuff. And our text thread was going while we were driving, and up pops a message, and it says Dante Whitner, and up pops a message. It says Patrick Willis, and my wife goes, "Isn't it crazy?" That your text messages are from Patrick Willis. Hall of Fame linebacker. Patrick Willis. And I'm like, it's the wildest shit of all time.
No, it really is. And sometimes you got to remind yourself like how crazy it all is. It's like, it is. Let's take up Patrick Willis on the phone. Hold on, babe. Let me take this. You know what I mean?
It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And I'm so happy to be a part of it.
I know. And here we are. Here we are.
Well, you know what, Brooks? Because Paulie and I were talking about this in our pre-show meeting about Shanahan talking about.
Y'all have pre-show meetings?
Well,
what you want to call them those? They're very
wow. Y'all don't do it by the seat of your pants like Marcus and I do. Wow,
pretty much.
Well, as you know, Brooksy, using StreamYard and using this Rodecaster soundboard is like driving my Chrysler LeBaron.
I know. We have stuff to get into. I thought it was just me. So you guys are having problems with StreamYard as well.
Oh, dude.
Okay. Dude. I've over the past, I'd say month now, I've been about to absolutely lose it. And I'm like, is it my internet? Is it my computer? Is it
me?
So it's StreamYard. Good to know.
Hey, by the way, there's no glitches when they take our money, by the way.
No, that goes smooth every time.
Every single time.
No glitches. Smooth.
But Paulie and I were talking about Shanahan. I love that he's on with Matt LaFleur and Sims, and I forget who the fourth person was, but they were talking about Australia. And he flat out came out and said that he's not happy about it.
Why don't you show the clip, T, for the people who haven't seen it? If you have that handy, let's put that up there real quick.
Yeah, that'll take me a second to grab it all. You can set it up, Paulie, if you want while I'm grabbing it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to bring up a different piece here with some Shanahan quotes. So again, for the people, you're looking ahead to next 49er season, you're like, it's going to be very challenging. Let's talk about this. Brooksy, the San Francisco 49ers in this upcoming season are about to log 38,000 round trip miles, which is an NFL record, 38,000 miles. So if I'm Kyle Shanahan, I feel a little perturbed also. Like, I understand why Shanny is put off by this. It's not good for the players. It's not good for the coach. I mean, the only thing it's good for is generating more money for the owners and for the league and for TV. But for the players, for the guys involved in this mission, it is not. It's not a positive. And by the way, does Matt LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan have the exact same stylist? Because they're wearing the same suit.
Yeah, they're wives.
Yeah.
He's got a right to be upset, as any coach would be upset. 38,000 miles round trip for the Niners to play 9 football games. I think they play 9 road games. The circumference of the earth at the equator is what, 25,000 miles. So put that in perspective.
Yeah,
right?
right.
They're going to travel almost 40,000 miles. The earth is only 25,000 miles wide at its around at its widest point. He's got a right to be mad. And I think this is just a guess on my part, because he and Sean McVay are boys. They're tight, right?
Yeah.
They both came up in this game, both came up, being a part of the NFL family, literally having, in Kyle Shanahan's case, his dad, and McVay's case, his grandfather, with him being a general manager and what have you. These guys came up through the NFL. Two things are clear. Clearly, this is a money grab for the NFL. They're all about expansion. They're all about getting international expansion, because they've shaken us down as much as they can. The NFL has here. So now, the hog has to go to another trough and eat. And that's why when they go to 18 games, every team is going to play an international game every season. So the NFL clearly is at fault, to use that term. But I think Kyle Shanahan is bitter on a personal level, because he and McVay are boys, and it's clear that the Rams wanted the Niners to be the team to go to Australia with them, so they didn't have to deal with their own home stadium being taken over by Niner fans.
Incredible.
Which is what has happened since since SoFi has opened. And listen, if you're the Rams, while it might be sucker shit, if I could be so rude, while it might be a sucker move, if you have the opportunity to stick it to a division rival that is going to be your biggest impediment, if you're the Rams, to winning the NFC West, why would you not take advantage of the situation? All's fair in love and war in football. So I understand why the Rams did it. I understand why Kyle Shanahan is upset, but the bigger issue is the NFL once again proving that they don't care about player safety. They only care about money. They only care about growing the game internationally. And if that comes at the expense of the players, or if that comes at the expense of just the tradition of having division games being played at the stadiums of the division opponents, the NFL don't care about that. But that's just the world we live in right now.
Well, Brooks, I have some friends that live in Australia, and they're very excited for this game.
They should be.
Right. But I love the fact that this is something I feel like that Kyle would normally kind of shy away from, but he dove in head first and was like, hell yeah, I don't like it.
Because it's his homie doing him wrong.
Yeah.
And it's the Rams too. Like, if you have a chance to throw some shade at your opponent, do it.
No question. So Tony, I want to run that clip because Shanahan actually says something interesting about what he wants not in return for this, but because the NFL is putting them in this position, he has a very specific request. So for people that haven't seen this clip yet, let's watch this, T, and then we can pick it up.
Yeah, here we go.
How are you going to take your Friday nap in Melbourne? How's that work into the schedule?
You don't get me started.
I'm so glad it's them. I'm so glad it's them.
I'm going to take a 19-hour nap on the plane right out there. And I think when we get there, I'm like 2 days older. When we come back, I think it's like going in a time machine.
Yes. Yeah, you're going to land at the same time.
I'm pretty sure the Rams lobbied for that game.
What? For a fact they did.
Yeah. Because
so bothersome. So hopefully the league will do right and let us play the Rams in Mexico, since we got to go out of the country twice, and they requested us. I'm requesting them in Mexico. Not that gives us an advantage. It's just fair to make them go out of the country.
That would be great to have the two games between the Rams and the 49ers.
I like it. I mean, I knew he might go this way when he brought it up. I knew it. I knew it.
So he's ready for the right moment. Sorry.
So I have brought this up a little bit. So you think the Rams have lobbied because they're sick of seeing the 49ers dominate the crowd at SoFi?
And I get that.
Yeah.
Like, that would suck to have to do a silent cadence and have our home game at their stadium. So I get their ambitions, but they were rewarded that. So I'm just hoping we can get our request. I'd love them to come to Mexico.
That's awesome.
Our Mexican fan base is awesome.
It is like dang, 49ers gang.
Oh my God.
All right. So
Nerd.
Yeah, stop with the bang bang. No, come on.
49ers gang. I'm not crazy.
Bang, bang, you guys. Yeah, man, bang. So, Brooksy, you know the NFL, man. I love what Kyle just did. He's like, yeah, they're effing with me. I'm going to F with them back.
Yeah.
But I feel it in my bones, Rod, unless you have like a different feeling about this. I already expect the worst from the NFL. Like, Kyle will put in a request, send the Rams to Mexico. We'll play him there. I have a feeling the NFL is going to decline that request.
No, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
No. He put that out there in the ether, and that would be fun. The NFL's not going to allow that to happen. The networks are going to get involved. As far as who broadcasts that game, more than likely it's going to be Fox. But if I'm thinking about this here, I don't know if Fox is going to broadcast the Australia game. So is Fox willing to give up Niners, Rams, possibly for NFC West division supremacy late in the season at Levi's? Fox is not going to give that game up.
Right.
So, and also you have to think, even though they do share revenue, do the Niners really want to give that home game up?
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, Jay Glazer yesterday posted a video of the coaches' day drinking tradition.
I saw that. Nobody likes a narc. Put the phone down, dog.
Yeah.
Put the phone down.
Yeah.
Coaches, like the most uptight people on the planet.
Yeah.
NFL coaches.
Yeah.
And they're finally in a situation where they could get amongst each other
Right.
and they can let their hair down. What hair they do have, they can unbutton, they can have a couple of pops. And here's this muscled up nerd with his phone out. Just like Chris Sims, look how cool I am. I have access, and I want to show all these coaches. Man, I snatched that phone out of his hand.
Totally.
Come on.
Dan, there's a still shot. I'm trying to find it. If I find it, I'll post it, of Dan Campbell, because he's at the table, and it's like, Jay, what in the F are you doing?
Put the phone down, dog.
Yeah, that's all.
Put the phone down.
To take the time for
But I was
video.
gonna
Yeah.
say, McVay's a smooth operator because supposedly McVay picked up the tab for all the coaches in the day drinking. So it's like,
Oh,
dude,
that's
the guy,
right.
the guy knows exactly what he's doing, man. He's a smooth operator, and you got to tip your cap. And also, I will say he's a damn good football.
He is. He's a good coach. You got to give it up. He's a good coach. McVay's a good coach. Brooksy, I got another Niner question for you, but I do want to ask you a little bit about the Warriors too. But the whole Brandon Ayuk saga, I know it's going to reach its natural end soon and everything, but do you think that interest around the league will be somewhat dampened by just the fact that he stopped showing up for work? Or do you think people look past that and say, nope, we've seen this guy play, we know what he can do, we put him in the right environment, he's going to excel? Like, what do you think the market will be for him interest wise?
3 factors. First and foremost, he quit on his team.
Yep.
Right. It's the one thing in sports that people are just not going to. You could cheat. You can do drugs. I'm not making light of this stuff. You can abuse your spouse or girl or what have you. But if you quit, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So he quit on his team. Secondly, he's coming off a major knee injury.
Yeah.
And he also has not been around any NFL. Not that this makes it great, but if you're the NFL, you want to see what's happening here with your potential asset. He has not been around any NFL doctors, around any NFL trainers. He's not been, obviously, with the Niners. So anybody can see. We don't even know how much he weighs. I'm not saying that he's out of shape. We don't know how much he weighs.
Good call.
So he hasn't been seen by any NFL doctors or trainers or what have you. And I do think, and I'm not making light of this, I think there's a mental component as well, because what he has put out there on social media has been interesting to say the least. So I think obviously because you're always looking to see if you can find talent, there's going to be some interest. But and Dante said this when we taped the latest episode of Grit Code a couple of days ago. Nobody's laid eyes on him. Nobody's seen him. He hasn't played football in a long time. He hasn't practiced in a long time. And even if he is practicing, who's he practicing with?
Right.
What is he practicing? Right. You don't know. So I think all of the unknowns will conspire against Brandon Ayuk, and that will dampen the market. And I think kind of where the Niners are playing hardball in terms of not releasing him Rosters are starting to get set. We're not at that point yet, but rosters are starting to get set. The longer the Niners hold on to him, the less chance he's going to have to go to more places. So I do think it's going to be a difficult situation for him. I just don't think he's going to slide into an organization, and next thing you know, he's starting at the X receiver for some team in August and September. I just don't see it.
It's interesting you mentioned the mental component of the whole story, because you're the only guy I've heard acknowledge that. And I actually was a little concerned too. Like when I saw him post that thing where unless I misread this, it was him. He bought an ice cream cone and he just stood there for 10 minutes while the cone melted in his hand. I don't know if you saw that video, and there was like no explanation. I was like, I hope this kid's okay, because I saw that and I was like, that's not a good sign. I don't know what he's doing. But it did cross my mind too. So
the one where he was driving at a high rate of speed, past the Niners facility, and turns the radio up as he's driving by the entrance. I'm like, that's what 15-year-old boys do.
100%
going by their ex-girlfriend's house. Dude. And again, I'm not making light of any of this stuff, but we are more in tuned to how an athlete behaves and what that may or may not say about them as far as mental health. We're more in tune with that now in 2026 than we were in 2016.
Yeah, Rod, I'll take Ricky Pearsall's dancing videos over Brandon Ayuk's no showing, because at least we know Ricky's doing something.
100%.
Seriously, and at least we can see him. Literally, Kyle Shanahan said, "I haven't seen him in months." For the head coach to say that is just very disturbing. Any update? And if you haven't heard anything, that's fine, Rod. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but just because we have you, Trent Williams and the whole situation with him.
I haven't heard an update, but to me, it's pretty cut and dried. All the financial stuff kind of make my eyes swim.
Same.
But he wants more guaranteed money, and he'll take a couple of more years to get more guaranteed money. The Niners know that they need him, and Trent knows that the Niners need him. The Niners know that they need him, but they don't necessarily want to make a crazy long-term commitment.
Yeah.
So to me, I something's going to get worked out. He's going to play. Always remember, with the exception of, was it Le'Veon Bell or was it, I forget who it was. Nobody sits out an entire season because in a salary dispute, because if you don't play, you don't get paid. So the danger is you don't want this to drag into training camp, and we know how the Niners have had a history of salary disputes, for lack of a better way of putting it, dragging into training camp.
One training camp without.
And it would be great if the Niners could avoid that. But listen, Trent knows that the Niners would like to avoid that, but the Niners, this is a staring contest.
Yeah,
both sides know what the other side wants, what the other side thinks, what the other side needs. More than anything else, Trent wants to play football and he wants to get paid. And the Niners want Trent there because they made an investment in Brock Purdy. They made an investment in Mike Evans. You got Christian McCaffrey. You got other guys on that team. It would be crazy to not have a guy who probably really makes the whole thing go in Trent Williams. It'd be crazy not to have him there over a few $1 million. So I haven't heard anything, but common sense says to me that both parties are going to find a way to figure this out, and he's going to be on the field. Does that get resolved in April? Does it get resolved in May? Does it stretch into July?
Yes.
Which gets you into training camp. And then does it stretch into August?
Yeah.
That's the $64,000 or the $6 million question.
Yeah, I hope not, but it easily could wind up being that. And by the way, Rod, we have an update here. Patty from Napa on the comment line said, "Hey, tell Brooksy it wasn't just 15-year-old boys driving by their ex-girlfriend's house." She goes, 16-year-old girls did that too. I happen to be one of them. So Patty from Napa used to drive by the old boyfriends and blast the tunes. I don't know if you guys ever had this, though. Did you ever get this from the high school girlfriend or any girl along the way where they get so pissed off at you for something, and next thing you know, they're giving you back your stuff? I'm talking teddy bears, letters, cards. I've ever had all the stuff returned. I've had that. I've gotten everything back. I'm like, what am I going to do?
And here's the thing: it's
Yeah.
never returned to you in the manner in which you gave it to.
The
them.
front yard, just all over the yard.
It is returned to you at a high rate of speed. it's not handed to you. It's thrown at you.
Oh my God, dude, that is so. It's not just me. Okay, I feel a little bit better. We've all had the stuff returned. It's all part of growing up, man.
Hey, Brooksy, I gotta ask you something too, because I know you've been vocal about this too. The robo umps and ABS and
I love it.
You do? Okay,
love it.
Okay. First of all, has anybody done a wellness check on CB Buckner?
Well, did y'all see what happened to him today?
No.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Never
so he was
did.
back behind home plate, which I mean, considering what happened to him last weekend in that Red Sox game, the last place CB Buckner needs to be is behind a home plate on anywhere on planet Earth. All right, anywhere. I think he don't need to be behind home plate in a Major League Baseball game, in a Korean League game, in a Dominican game, in a Little League game.
Right.
But he was back behind the plate today. This is not funny, but this is what happened. Foul ball. So the ball came in at 90. What I saw when it came off the bat, it was over 100 miles an hour. Hit CB Buckner square in the mask. And Tony, you know this from playing baseball. It dropped him like a bad habit. So, obviously you don't want it, as terrible as he is at his and hilariously bad at his job. You don't want to see anything like that happen. But it has been. I mean, the only person that's had a worse week than CB Buckner is Tiger Woods. CB caught one dead in the chops today. But putting that aside and hope he's okay. Yeah, man, I love it. I love it. We got to get these cats out the paint. They got to go. CB got to go. Lance Diaz got to go. Lance Barksdale got to go. All these cats got to go. The strike zone has been defined, and if you don't get it right, the computer's gonna get it right, and you're gonna get embarrassed in the process.
Dude, Rod, shout out Eric Gregg back in the day, dude. And
I mean, hey man, well, we can laugh about it because it wasn't our team. He completely screwed the Braves out of that World Series. And I saw someone put up the strike zone, and on that video of that Game 7 between the Braves and the Marlins. And you already knew that Eric Gregg was wilding in terms of calling those balls strikes as far off as they were on the plate, even without the computerized or the strike zone being superimposed. But showing that strike zone superimposed, yo, man, Eric Gregg, but he must have been hangry. Old boy just must have been just ready to get something to eat, because that's the worst strike zone of all time. Of all time. It's not even close.
It's a great call. Go ahead.
No. So with the ABS, I feel like umpires have gotten like worse in 1 week of baseball, because I feel like they're just gonna be like, screw this. These players are going to this ABS too often. Why do I even need to be back here? And the system is starting to prove that. I personally struggle with it, because I'm just like, God, I don't know. Taking the human element out of the game bothers me, but you do want to make the call correct. Like, did you see the end of the World Baseball Classic and Perdomo?
Yes. And there should have been ABS in that. That game should, between those two very good teams and that very good game, should not have ended because of the quote unquote human element. For me, the human element that only applies to the players playing the game. Let their folly, let their mistakes, let their excellence, let that determine the game.
Yeah, I like
umpires' incompetence should not determine the game. Human element, in my estimation, should not apply to the umpires. What should apply to the umpires is getting the call right and using whatever technological assistance there is available to help you get the call right.
Ron, I was thinking about this earlier today, and tennis has been doing it for a while now.
Forever. They're no more line judges. They're gone. They're gone. And nobody has it hampered tennis whatsoever. Nope.
Great call. I don't think anybody even really noticed. And
everybody's like, well, if you wouldn't have John McEnroe if you had that. John McEnroe is one of the greatest tennis players of all time. We should not know John McEnroe because he acted like a jackass because of incorrect calls.
Oh, he could play.
Blame John McEnroe for that, but John McEnroe could play. I don't need John McEnroe screaming, "You cannot be serious." I want to watch John McEnroe play Bjorn Borg.
That's a great way to like build that case. That was really well said. Are you still going on this, T? You got more on that?
No, I'm just it's just a trip for me to watch, to be like, it changes the whole scope of an at bat. It changes the whole at bat.
Yeah.
And Dan, we had our buddy Dan Cochimilio on the show yesterday, and he was talking about the difference between a 2-1 count, like the 1-1 count,
Brother,
and then the difference between a 2-1 count and a 1-2.
Everything. It's everything.
Everything.
It's everything. I mean, it's 2-1 count. I mean, they don't really do this nowadays in Major League Baseball, but 2-1 counts a fastball count. 2-1 counts a hitter's count. Still. All right, not necessarily a fastball count, but 2-1 counts a hitter's count. 1-2, you tying a knot in the bottom of the rope and you hanging on. Those are two completely different at bats.
Right.
And to have someone's incompetence or just them making a mistake or their own personal strike zone to have that impact the game and be the difference between a 2-1 hitters count and a 1-2. I got to shorten up and protect. I would rather have technology help me get that call right than a human being, in essence, guessing. And the thing is, when you, Tony, this being a pitcher, watching these guys pitch now, hey man, they humping it up there 96 easy.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sliders at 93. 94.
Right.
Two-seam fastballs running in on people at 98, 99. And you're supposed to have a human being, some of these guys older. Yeah. You're supposed to have these guys try to make a very important decision on a ball moving that fast in that situation. It doesn't make any sense. Like, we have the technology. Use it.
Yeah, I like that.
We were talking yesterday, Brooksy, about how it is so. If you've ever stood behind a catcher and tried to call a ball or a strike, it's that's like, I've tried to do it with like high school baseball.
It's impossible.
Right, with these pitches. And then when you get the technology to where it's a half of an inch or whatever outside that rectangle, it's not humanly possible to get that as precisely correct.
And what you're seeing is umpires are struggling with the top and bottom of the zone, specifically the bottom of the zone.
Big time.
These guys have so much movement and so much late movement that it is, and this is where catchers like Patrick Bailey have been able to in essence trick umpires with the dark art of framing. They're just snatching that bad boy up, and umpires just get fooled with that ball in the bottom of the zone. That's where Diaz got fooled. That's where I forget the guy's name who umpired the Niners, the Giants game on Sunday. They had 7 challenges. His calls were overturned 7 times. It's the bottom of the zone and the top, but more the bottom of the zone that is fooling these umpires. We're finally getting it right. And here's the thing. This is where you know that it's working.
God.
You haven't heard not one player complain about it.
No, great call, dude. Great call. Nobody. I haven't heard a single complaint.
Paul, this is why I wanted to talk to Rod about it, because I was struggling with it, Rod, and we were talking about it on yesterday's show. I was just struggling with it because being a pitcher, like when Robbie Ray had to throw 4 strikes to Aaron Judge, like that messes with your head and the emotion of the entire at bat. But like to your point, nobody's complained about it, and you're really helping me through this because I've been struggling. No, I've been struggling with it, really, honestly. And I'm such a baseball purist, but I also love the how good pitchers have gotten with their control, dude. It's
they're throwing darts now. Yeah, they put it anywhere they want. Yeah.
And listen, the big problem for Robbie Ray wasn't that pitch that got overturned. It was the pitch that got sent to the moon.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
I think that's why they sent that rocket to the moon, to see if they could find that ball.
They didn't bring the ball back.
Rod, that reminded me of like a right-handed version of Barry Bonds on how quickly he turned on that inside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing, and the Giants have failed at this for years. Not the Judge is, but if you are a dead pull right-handed power hitter, left field at Oracle, even in the dead of summer, even when the fog is coming in, even when that wind is howling in off of right field, left field, if you are a dead pull right-handed power hitter, you can eat. You can eat.
That's why I wanted Alonso so bad, I was
like, it would have worked. It would have worked. Totally. It would have worked.
Oh,
it would have worked. Stop looking for a lefty, because you ain't gonna find one.
No.
Get a righty. Get it
We
right.
had a chance. We could have had Alonso 2 years ago, but they didn't even. I don't even think they threw an offer out there.
Well, hey man, they got the current theater now. So
Yeah, they got, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't know about Pete Alonso, but we're building some beautiful new condos. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, day views and
San
everything.
Francisco Giants / baseball club / real estate corporation.
For Christ's sake, dude. All right, Brooksy. Last thing for you tonight, and I appreciate the time. Thanks for the stay. Is just a quick Warrior question. I got my eye on this game. They're losing to San Antonio, to be expected. 99-83. Wemby's out there doing his thing. The Warriors are undermanned, but starting to come out now that Steph Curry has his eyes set on Sunday as a goal for him to return to the floor. And listen, I'm no different than anybody else. I love Steph Curry. I love watching him play basketball. My question for you, Brooksy, is that I mean, I'm not going to question Steph and his health and his motives. He can do as he pleases, obviously. But is it a smart decision for him to come back at this point where really there's nothing left to play for other than him being a professional and being there for his guys?
He can't hurt the knee anymore. I've been a runner. I've had runner's knee. The only thing you do is rest. So it's not one of those situations where if he plays, he could do serious damage to his knee. I'm with you. And I think I'm with a lot of people. I want to see Steph Curry play. I want to see him play as much as possible.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that Steph has at least a couple of more years, knock on wood, playing at the level he's currently playing at. But he's closer to the end of his career than the beginning. If Steph wants to play, Steph is going to play, and Steph should play. And with there being no medical restrictions, as I said, there's no chance that he's going to injure himself further. To me, it makes perfect sense. Now, people talk about whether he should play, not just from a standpoint of you want to save him for important games. You don't know if you're going to get more important games. All right.
Yeah.
Next year, while I think the Warriors are going to try to get better, next year ain't promised to be better. You have a chance right now with a clearly motivated and a healthy and a still very dangerous Steph Curry.
I like
and
it.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Yep.
And Al Horford. You and Draymond Green, for better or for worse. You have a chance to win a couple of games in that play-in and get in the playoffs. Now, you get in the playoffs, you might end up seeing the San Antonio squad that is going to be hell for the Warriors and everybody that they see. You might end up seeing Oklahoma City, defending champions.
That's a problem.
Tough customers. But Steph Curry gives you a chance. Steph Curry gives you a chance in a one-game winner-take-all situation, even though they're going to just the 9-10 play and they're going to have to play 2 games. But you catch what I'm saying. Steph Curry gives you a chance in a winner-take-all situation, and Steph Curry gives you a chance along with Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford.
I like
and the
it,
rest
man.
of those guys.
Yeah.
Who have played, I think, very well in Steph's absence since January 30th. I think that those guys, they've shown they've shown to me, I think they've shown to the Warriors as a collective, and I think they've shown to Steph that there's enough fight and there's enough talent in those guys that if you add Steph to the mix, maybe, just maybe, you can do something. And it's important to Steph, and it's important to all of those guys. Everybody talks about the lottery. Everybody talks about the future. That's fine, but that's not Steph's job to worry about the blanket future. Steph's job is to worry about trying to play basketball at a high level and meaningful basketball right now. And what the Warriors have in front of them with the play-in games and the possibility of getting to the playoffs are meaningful basketball. And what's more important and what's better than watching Steph Curry play basketball? Watching Steph Curry play meaningful basketball. So why would you not want to watch Steph Curry play meaningful basketball in this situation?
Dude, great answer, Brooksy. Great answer, man. And I mean, it would be great to see him. It would be such a lift for the whole team. And, some of these other guys, like you said, like Porzingis actually looks pretty good when he's on the floor. I mean, he's got great IQ. He can hit those shots in the paint. You know who else I've been pretty happy with, Rod? I think Guy Santos is really doing a lot.
I forgot about him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He balls out hard. Pajemski.
And the thing is, this is what I love about sports, and it's what I love about basketball. Steph comes back, and now everybody is put in their right place. Guy Santos doesn't have to handle the ball as much. You don't want Steph as the primary ball handler, but now Guy Santos doesn't have to handle the ball as much. Now there's a little bit less pressure on Brandon Podziemski.
Yeah.
Now Draymond doesn't have to handle the ball as much, and he can pick and choose, and he can read the situation as to what's going on. Obviously, Porzingis, when he plays, has played at a more than respectable level.
Yeah.
And now you get to elevate on that. All of those guys are so excited about the possibility of not only a dude who's going to give you 27, 28, 29 points a game, which is around his average, but somebody who we talk about his gravity. All the opposing defense's attention is going to be on Steph, so that makes everybody's job easier, but it puts everybody in their right spots.
Yeah.
So not only does that make you a better basketball team, but it gives you more of a belief like, all right, we can actually do something here. And that's what this is all about.
Yeah, Brooksy. I love it, dude. You just fired me up, man. Let's go. Give me
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, are you going they're playing your Rockets, right? I think it's Houston.
Yeah, so of course Steph is going to come back and torment the team that he's
forever.
He's ripped their hearts out and shown it to them, and then shot it from 27 feet away. He's done that for years. But so I mean he's all but coming back against the Rockets unless he has some sort of setback. But he was in a full lather and warm up today. He's got to do 5-on-5 here tomorrow, the next couple of days. But Steph's going to play. A bit of shameless self-promotion. I'm doing Warriors pre- and post-game on Sunday.
Nice.
So watch me wear a suit.
I definitely will. A lot of people pick a good one, dude, because a lot of people are going to be watching that for the return of Steph. Tony, it looks like you got one more thing. I saw you.
I got two things, and this is great. I'm going to play Busey real quick.
Utah, give me two.
Two things for Brooksy right there. I know Brooksy loves a point break. Rod, first of all, the Giants lost today, and Matt Chapman barked at Casey Schmidt, said, got the effing ball.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, he said, yeah.
I thought he was asking him where they were going out when they got home.
Yeah. What do you guys feel like eating tonight? You want to get Mexican? What do you think? Yeah.
Candles make a good wedding gift.
yeah.
But our guy Dan Coach Emilio he said this in the chat earlier, and I wanted to bring it up at the time, but I'll bring it up now. He had a great line. He says, "Can you guys ask if Rod could play first base for the Giants with your height
and stretch? Rocky, get the stretch going too.
Yeah, get that stretch going, because I try and teach the kids to stretch.
Hang on one second.
One bag, absolutely."
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
I was going to get a prop. I'm a prop comic now. I was going to get a prop. I'll see if I get it. But yes, I'm listening. Yes.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. No, we just wanted to see, because Schmidt obviously is not a first baseman.
No.
And he's playing first, and he's trying to catch. And yes, the throw is high, but if you had somebody of your stature, or this other gentleman in AAA who's 6'9", Bryce Eldridge, or is he 6'7", whatever he is, he's very tall. It would have been a can of corn. It would have been a piece of cake for him. So Dan wanted me to make sure we relayed that question, because it's a pretty good one.
Listen, if you think Casey Schmidt is not a first baseman, you don't want to see me out there. I'll say this. Rafael Devers was hustling down the first base line last night, right?
He was dude. Yes, bro. Yes.
They said the reason he's not playing first base is because his hamstring, right?
I don't know. He looked pretty good going down the line, man. He was flying. Yeah.
I think Casey Schmidt's in a terrible situation. Okay. He's not a first baseman by trade.
No,
he's not.
No.
And so to put him out there, what's the thing in sports? Thank you. Oh, I can't reach it. Hang on. I got a prop.
Okay.
Yeah. I love it, dude. I love it. See,
prop comedy, dude. I like this.
Yeah. This is great.
I do have and I still
hold on. Is that a Rockets jersey on your chair, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
I saw a tank top. Yeah, I saw a tank top.
He goes, oh yeah.
Come on. Oh,
respect. Yeah, respect.
Beautiful.
You got to give respect. Yeah.
This is and I still use it, my old high school first baseman's glove.
Wow, that looks good.
Keith Hernandez. Can you see that?
Nice. Keith Hernandez. That's my guy, dude.
So this thing is 1986.
Yeah.
I think. So so I still have the hardware, the skills, and not so much.
I got my high school glove too, Brooksy. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. You got to keep that. So I don't think Schmidt's he's not in a good position. All right. You got to put your players in a position to where they can succeed. And I just don't think he's in a position where he succeed. Should have called the ball. He stretched too early. That's as first baseman. What do they tell you all the time? All right. Wait until the last moment before you declare your stretch,
Make
because
the
then
ball
you
go
cannot
in.
make the adjustment.
Once you commit,
If you're a natural first baseman, that comes naturally. If
Exactly.
you are playing out of position, which he is, because
Yep.
supposedly Rafael Devers' hamstring will not allow him to play first base, and you want to rise at second, I'm sure they told him he's going to play the majority defensively at second base, and he has not been bad. Short and small sample size, he's not been bad at second base. Schmidt is put in a situation where he's just not. It's just not suitable for him. All things being considered, you got to catch the ball. Here's the thing with Bryce Eldridge. And I talked to somebody in the Giants organization last year who obviously knows baseball. They are literally in the process of teaching him how to play first base.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? And this it's not a bad thing, but he's not a natural first baseman. He's learning.
That's crazy to think of it with that height and that build. You would think it's a natural.
They're teaching him how to play first base. Clearly, that's going to be his position in the not too distant future. Right now, every day, his first baseman skills, fielding wise, are being honed, just like they're trying to figure out, not figure out his swing, but getting him to strike out less, getting him to be more consistent at the plate.
Yeah.
Brooksy, then send Ron Washington down to Sacramento and give him a Ron Washington boot camp with Eldridge. I love Wash.
But you can only do so much. I mean, it takes time. It takes time.
You just need reps. Just got to get out there and do it again and again and again. Hey, Brooksy, man, thanks so much for the time tonight. I know we kept you a long time. Have a great broadcast on Sunday. We're all going to be watching that. And everybody obviously continue to support Brooksy, Quality Hang, and the Grit Code with Dante and Patrick Willis. What a freaking great lineup that is. You guys want Niners, you go check that out. Tony, final thoughts?
Final thoughts, Rod. We do this thing called the bummer bracket. We did it last year. We're doing it again this year. We take the things that are just the biggest bummers in life and we make a bracket about them. And so
I'm sure you haven't run out of anything to put on that bracket from
this year. We had a fourth grader entering the transfer portal for youth football versus parents holding their eighth grader back for possible NIL money. That was that's an example of one of our matchups. So I'm going to give you a matchup. I want you to decide one matchup real quick. It's in our different bracket. It is auto tune for vocals versus mumble rap.
Okay, good one.
Auto tune
good one
versus mumble rap. You choose who advances in that matchup for the bummer bracket, dude. Auto-tune versus mumble rap.
And it's the worst of the two. Which
boy, I loathe auto tune.
Yeah, me too.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Horrible.
And it's hard for me to, because I don't want to be the old closed minded. Music was better in my day, but I could hear it and it sounds like a robot.
Yeah.
A robot singing. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Me too.
But mumble rap has done, let me tell you something.
What is it, dude?
Mumble rap has done more damage to hip hop than the CIA has done to hip hop. All right.
Tremendous.
Mumble rap, dude, it's terrible.
It's got
because I mean, listen, I understand that hip hop, we all understand that hip hop is party music, is shaky ass music, and it's about the beat. But we grew up where lyricism or even just the way your voice sounded was important. Sonically, the voice was just as important as what the DJ was doing behind the MC. The reason that Public Enemy works so well is that you got Chuck's baritone and Flav's high voice going along with what the Bomb Squad was doing. The reason that Run DMC worked was because of their vocals. The reason that Stetsasonic worked was because of the vocals with Daddy-O, Wise, and for DBC, I forget the other. What mumble rap has done has just completely removed that. And so not only are you not saying anything of substance, and listen, we all know that there's plenty of rap artists where lyrical substance is gone, devoid of it.
Yeah.
But you at least sounded a certain way. Mumble rap, you're not saying anything, and you sound terrible.
That's it.
And it kept going, it kept going, it kept going, and it became the dominant form of hip hop. So as much as I hate auto-tune as a scourge on music across the board, whether we're talking hip hop, we're talking pop, rock and roll, mumble rap, oh man, I wish we never had it. I wish we never, and I wish, more to the point, I wish we never let that shit slide.
That's it. No, there it is, right there.
We shouldn't have let that. We shouldn't have let that take off. We should have been like, hey, yo, that stinks.
We shouldn't have let that genie out of the bottle, man.
Never.
Never. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, Rod.
Love you guys.
Man.
Love you too, man.
Man. There he is, Rod Brooks. Have a great night, Brooksy.
Peace out. The greatest,
God.
One of the freaking greatest of all time. And that's the thing with Brooksy, dude. I think we just did, I think, 50 minutes with Rod?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sort of feeling bad. I'm like, we got to let Rod go.
But God, there's so many things to talk about with Rod because he does all the Warriors, he does Giants, he does Niners, and we have also been, working with Rod for almost 30 freaking years, man.
You know what else Rod does? You know what else Rod does? He works with Stellar Design. I bet you didn't know that, but he does. He does work with Stellar Design. So do other people, as you're about to hear in this great Stellar Design spot. Stellar Design, folks, the San Francisco Bay Area-based industrial design studio, shaping the future of product innovation. I have a very special announcement tonight. I'm really happy about this. Tony's about to show you something that Dom Peralta. So Dom, again, the generosity of a Peralta is unmatched in the world. I mean, the guy is just constantly cranking out high volume, high caliber, high volume, just whatever the assignment is, Dom's on it. He's going to get it done. He's going to get it done with passion and flair. So Dom was good enough to create this poster for the gig I did at the Brisbane Inn a couple of weeks ago. Check this out. The poster was so freaking cool, and it really is, Dom. I love that poster. Brisbane Inn took a look at this thing, and they're like, you know what? We want to use that logo. We want it because Dom printed it up like Brisbane Inn. Tony's going to show you. And that is now the new official Brisbane Inn logo. Give Dom Peralta a round of applause, everybody. For the work he did on our poster, the Brisbane Inn loved it so much. They are now using that as their official new logo, which was inspired by the Paulie Mac and Friends poster right there. How about that? That's on the freaking wall now.
Yeah, it's so badass.
Yeah, it's like, that's all Dom. That's all freaking Dom. Look at that, dude. I'm so proud of him for that. Like that's and like we just did the gig 2 weeks ago, and the Brisbane Inn is like, yeah, we're gonna need that. We're gonna need that artwork from you, Dom. So anyway, yeah, congrats to Dom. Totally, everybody, give him a round of applause. Dom is really a talented kid, and I'm so happy that the Brisbane Inn had the good sense to, because it's a much better looking logo than their old one. It's a really good look, Dom. So
so nice, Dom. Congratulations, man. That's badass. And let's get another gig booked at the Brisbane Inn sometime in the next few months, dude. Because
they do. We'll be back in July. We'll be back playing there in July. I think we're going to be like on a 3-month kind of rotation with them because and the good people at the Brisbane Inn, they were like very eager to book us again after the last show. They're like, when can you come back? We have dates in July. And I'm like, well, give us a date in July. We'll see you then. So we will be back in July, Tony. But another word on Stellar. Obviously, you see the work in front of you right there. But they also create award-winning designs with meaningful connections between people, product, and brand. And again, whether you're an individual with an idea, a startup, a Fortune 500 company, Stellar Design offers partnership to achieve out-of-this-world design. So visit stellar.design and make design impact. Email Dom anytime, Dominic@stellar.design. And Tony, when I told you Rod Brooks works with Stellar Design, like I wasn't kidding. Like Dom did the Quality Hang logo. Yep. You see the sticker. I see the globe right there. You see the sticker on Brooksy's microphone. That's another Dom Peralta creation. So a really nice week for Dom, Tony. Happy for him, man.
Hell yeah, Dom is the man. He's got ideas literally coming out of his pores.
I thought you were gonna say something else, but okay.
No. I was gonna say just his pores. But the guy's always available. He's always thinking. I don't know. One step ahead. He's like one step ahead, and I'm like, damn, dude, like the Energizer Bunny, right?
Shout out One Step Beyond by Madness, Tony.
Oh, don't get
One step beyond. Bam, 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 bam. Anyway, sorry, Tony. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just looking for Rod's logo. I wanted to show that too, but it's okay. But if you want to get in touch with, there it is right there. Yeah, there it is right there. Sorry, Paulie. I just wanted to show this. Well, I can this will work. This will work. Get in touch with Dom though, and if you want, sorry, Paulie.
No, I'm watching you right now. The Tony show is in full swing. Yeah.
There we go. That's just the logo right there that he made. Right there. That's so badass. And Dom did Dan Cochimilio's new NorCal Sports Network logo as well. So if you have an idea, share it with Dom. If you have an event coming up, if you have anything that you want put to paper or to I don't know, be created, and you don't have the wherewithal or the creativity or you don't have that gene, you don't have the artistic quality, get in touch with Dominic at stellar.design. You can also give him a call. Dom is basically, I don't know when Dom sleeps.
I'm not sure he does. I'm not convinced he does, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But 650-796-3144 is when you can give Dom a call or give him a text. 650-796-3144, and Dom will take care of you. That is a promise.
I wonder maybe if Dom does sleep, which is debatable. I'm not entirely sure he does, but if he does, it might be like one of those Santa Cruz vampire cave type situations, like in Lost Boys, when Corey Feldman and that other kid, they walk into the cave and they look up and, oh, look at this. There's Kiefer Sutherland, dude. He's hanging from the ceiling with his crew as a bunch of teenage ruffian vampire types. I got to tell you, after I saw that, so I'm saying maybe that's what Dom does. He just goes down to the caves in the middle of the day, hangs upside down for a couple of hours, and then he just starts making new art as soon as he wakes up. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
I'm just speculating. I can't prove that, but that's just a theory I have.
100%. Yeah, go ahead, dude. You're spot on.
So, okay, Tony, last thing tonight is I want to give Longbridge Pizza some love. We don't like to generally go spot right into another spot. So if you have anything else you need to do tonight, let's get that out there, and then we can do a Longbridge, and then we can break the huddle. And if you don't have something, I got something. So
I got something quick. We're going to do one more bummer bracket matchup. That's all we're going to do, because Rod picked Mumble Rap to move on. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay in the same bracket, and I'm going to say, Paulie, tailgaters or getting cut off. Okay. Getting tailgated on the road or getting cut off on the road.
I'm going to say, well, they both suck. Okay.
Hence the bummer bracket. There you go.
They're both brutal. They both could threaten your life, threaten your family's life. Either one, you could be looking at the end of your life right there. I'm going to say probably tailgaters more so, because when somebody gets right up on my ass like that, like when I'm driving and somebody gets like right on me, dude, you picked the wrong guy, because I'm going to slow down even more now. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you don't like how fast I'm going? Maybe I need to slow down a little more for you. So I'm basically inviting trouble when I do that, but I hate when guys get on me. I don't like people tailgating me. It's like, bro, everybody's going to be fine. Why don't you give me a few feet? I'll give you a few feet. Everybody's going to be A-okay. But when they do that, I start decelerating.
I was going to say, do you slow down? Because I start slowing down.
I slow it way down, bro. I'll bring it down.
I wave to them in the mirror. I'll be like, hi. Hello. And then they drive past me all pissed off. It's the best. Dude.
And then you know what I got to do at that point? That's when I speed up and I'll pass him and then let the games begin. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go tailgaters as well, Paulie, but something for next year's bummer bracket, line cutters. Cutting lines in this day and age, they got some set of balls on them, dude. I'm telling you right now. How do you feel about people holding a spot in the line for a friend? But I'm also talking about I hate it. But I'm also talking about like in a traffic jam. Why do you think that you're
go right up to the front and then just cut in? Yeah.
Why do you think that you're
that guy in? That guy's never getting in front of me.
I will get in a fender bender with the car in front of me.
Me too. I'd rather hit his car than let him in. I'll call Mike Chilton and I'll say, Mike, listen, some asshole tried to get in. I had to give him a hit. And Mike would be like, you know what? You did the right thing. Mike,
the right thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chalk one up for humanity right there, boy.
By the way, a lot of profanity on the show tonight. So you're going to have to mark that one too. I just dropped an a-hole bomb and we will have to alert Cron to that. Okay. Final thing of the night for me, Tony, is did you hear about John Mayer's, the announcement he had?
No. What's the announcement?
It's not Grateful Dead. It's not Grateful Dead. He said he actually wants to start like pursuing Black Sabbath music and do like a Sabbath and Company thing. Did you hear about this?
No.
Yeah, and it might be like with Geezer and Bill Ward even like was saying like we might want to, because they're talking about Sabbath and Company at the Sphere. What do you think of that?
Oh, no, please, God, help me.
Dude, if Geezer and Iommi are available and into this, I don't think Ward would want to do it for some reason. I don't know. Maybe if he is, get him on board.
All right, we got two follow-up questions immediately. Hum Daddy's asking, Tony, will the John Mayer Sabbath and Company shows be at the mini spheres? Good question. And then number two, Robot Centaur, is John Mayer going to start working on mumble rap? Great call. Great call. Obviously, Tony, I would expect you to realize at this point that was an April Fool's joke. Was poorly executed, but that was my is that John Mayer is going to start Sabbath and Company, and you sat there with a straight look on your face, like, really? Okay, yeah.
I love the idea, and I can see him doing it, and I can see him doing a hell of a job doing it too.
Played all the, but Iommi's still alive. You don't really need Mayer to play the Iommi stuff. Iommi can do that.
Maybe he could do the song that we've always wanted to cover, where it is the other one, Into Children of the Grave.
It's you know what? Someone's got to do it. Maybe I should do that with the Paulie Mac band, Paulie Mac and Friends, because it's the same rhythm of Children of the Grave is the exact same rhythm of the other one by the Grateful Dead. And I told Tony that like in the 90s. Yeah. I'm like, someone's got to do this. Someone's got to go other one into Children of the Grave. So hopefully it'll be that.
As long as Mayer whispers,
Children of the Grave. By the way, Tony, you were buying what I was selling right there?
Yes, I didn't think that was at all. I'm thinking, dude, give it to me. Fine, done, go. Go on with your bad self. But Paulie, because it's April Fool's, and one more.
God bless him, dude. Max, you know what? It's almost time for me to see Cape Fear again, the Scorsese version. One of the most disturbing things. Again, the one scene where Jessica Lange just gets up in the middle. It's like 2 a.m. and she looks outside and all she sees is De Niro just running across her backyard in the middle of the night, just running. So anyway.
How about, you mind if I put my arm around you?
How about when he beats up the 3 guys that Nick Nolte hires these goons to beat up De Niro. De Niro kicks all 3 of their asses, and then Nolte is peeing in his pants, hiding behind like a dumpster, and then you hear De Niro, counselor,
could you be there?
Come out, wherever you are, counselor. Dude, he's all bloody and stuff. Dude, De Niro. Okay, from that to this, here's a little bit of a segue, but we're going to do it. You know what probably would have calmed his nerves? If we could have brought Max Cady into Longbridge Pizza, we could have avoided the entire dilemma down there in Cape Fear. South Carolina? Is that where that took place?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I want to say, Hum Daddies, you feel me on that, counselor? Okay, Longbridge Pizza might have been the anecdote that Max Cady had been searching for. He's going to have to hit it in his next life, though. But luckily, we're all here on the planet now. Get on down to 3rd Street, 2347 3rd Street. Neil Denardi, the entire Longbridge family, the entire Longbridge Pizza family, just great people top to bottom, whether we're talking about Andrew, whether we're talking about Steven, whether we're talking about Neil Denardi, Lauren Denardi, the whole family. They're great. And
chili, amaranth.
Tony.
Yo.
I was getting audio in my headphones right there.
Oh, that was ESPN. Sorry about that.
Yeah, right in my headphones. Yeah, so just FYI.
Yeah, it's fine.
So get on down there, join the Vibe Tribe, see why we rave about it so much. The pizza is outstanding, the sourdough crust. Wednesday, today, is the specialty sandwich day. I know me and Stevie B are hooked on those chicken parms. I encourage you to try the Vinny's Gabagool. I encourage you to try the chopped cheese. And then, of course, the variety of pizzas. Try the Paulie Mac pizza. Neil flipped a bunch of those a week ago tonight at Standard Deviant. Of course, the Nico, the Sophia. There are so many varieties. And again, if you do have dietary, concerns or restrictions, Neil can definitely work with you. Pardon me. He can get you the vegan options. He can get you the vegetarian options. Yeah, this is just going to be better than anything I can say. Look at that. What are we looking at? Chicken parms here, Tony?
No, that's the meatball sandwich. Dude.
Oh, my God. Why am I not eating one of those? Now I'm going to get mad at my Tony. Give me a slap if you could real quick.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Apologies. Yeah. Let me give you a slap after. Come on. There you go.
I should have. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't know why. Now I'm getting mad at myself. Oh, and the extra sauce. See, that's Neil's secret weapon right there, too. You don't just get the sandwich. You're going to get some sauce to dunk that bad boy. So get down to Longbridge Pizza. Enjoy the great food. Enjoy the laid-back vibe. If you're a youth sports guy, bring the team, bring the kids right into the back there. You can have a private affair back there with the big screen TVs. The room holds 20 to 25 people. And finally, Tony, as I like to say on Neil's behalf, if you're a city resident and you're placing an order for delivery, just please do that on longbridgepizza.com. Just do that on the website. That's Neil's only request. And onward and upward with Longbridge, man. We love you guys. And nice. I like the chopped cheese logo. That was awesome.
Yeah, the chopped cheese. So chopped cheese on Tuesdays, then Wednesdays, the chicken parm meat and the meatball sub, or the Vinny's gabagool, which is the Italian cured meats. And then tomorrow, Giants Mets at the Yard. Maybe you go to Longbridge and get yourself a Detroit-style square pizza from Longbridge Pizza before you walk over to Oracle Park, or before you take a Lime scooter to Oracle Park, or before you jump on the Muni line to Oracle Park. Go to Longbridge before the game. Get your pregame on and have a ball, Paulie. Have a ball at Longbridge and get your pizza, or get your sub on too. Oh, they also do the buffalo chicken pizzas on Thursdays as well. So get on down there. And again, we've talked about Neil taking the pizza wagon out. If you want Neil to, let's get back in the oven real quick. If you want Neil and his staff to come to your event, email them, events@longbridgepizza.com. They're getting really serious about the pizza wagon and taking this show on the road. Events@longbridgepizza.com. Your mom is cool. My buddy Mark Wiseman, your mom is cool. They just hired Neil to do their son's high school graduation party. So if you have a family event, if you got something coming up, get in touch with Neil, events@longbridgepizza.com, and they will bring the pizza wagon your way.
How's my final question of the night? How's my guy Captain Leisure doing?
Captain Leisure's doing good. He went to the Warrior game tonight, and then he went to Longbridge tonight too. How do you know that?
I didn't know anything. I'm asking. Dude, I was feeling Captain Leisure vibes. I just felt vibes right there. I just figured I'd ask because I had a great time hanging out with him at Standard Deviant last Wednesday, a week ago tonight. I put in my time.
Great dude. Charles Neri, great buddy of mine. And met him through Little League Baseball, but he went to the Warrior game tonight and he said, "Hey, I'm going to go. Is Neil going to be around? I'm going to Longbridge before the game." And that's what you do. If you're going to Chase Center for a concert, by the way, pre-Bruce Springsteen, April 13th, Monday night, Longbridge is technically closed, but we're going to get a pre-show hang going on right at Longbridge Pizza. So much going on at 2347 3rd Street, Paulie.
All right, Tony, thank you so much. And thank you, Longbridge. Also, thank you, Dan Coach Emilio. And thank you, Don Peralta, Stellar Design. Also, thank you, Rod Brooks from the Quality Hang Show and the Grit Code. And, of course, all the good people on the Bay Area Sports Collective. Danny Ogden, executive producer. JC, the man we never talk about, like the head honcho, the boss of bosses, dude. He lurks in the shadows, but he's out there somewhere. So shout out to JC as well. All right, Creative Tony, here's what we're going to do. We're going to break the huddle for a few hours. You get some R&R. You wake up, you get caffeinated, you get your ass right back in that studio because we got shows to do, my man. And we got double time on the brackets. We're going to have to do a makeup round tomorrow. So we'll finish up the first round. We will start the second round. We'll put plenty of time on that tomorrow. And I appreciate you guys getting involved. I know a lot of you have voted, and we're going to definitely acknowledge that tomorrow. So, Creative Tony, my work here is done. I'm going to leave the rest to you. The floor is yours.
No, the floor is mine, Paulie. I just want to say Giants Mets tomorrow, like we mentioned. Very excited for the Giants to come back home. Tough series. They got the Mets, then they got the Phillies. Some quality ball coming to Oracle Park this weekend. Yeah. And then we got March Madness Final Four this weekend, and then the championship on Monday night. Go Arizona. Bear down. Go Tolbert's Wildcats. Steve Kerr's Wildcats. Neil Donardi's Wildcats. Andrew Markoulis' Wildcats. Go Arizona. And that's why we're doing the bummer bracket now, so we can wrap it up by Monday in the same time as the championship. And Paulie, on that note, oh, come on, stream. Come on. Of course.
Son of a
Business hours are over, baby. It's business.
By the way, good hearing some David Lee Roth. Good talking Rod Brooks with Girl Gone Bad, dude. Girl Gone Bad off 1984. Great track. Rags, get some sleep, dude. Don't be late for work tomorrow. It's like, what is it, in New York now, New Jersey? It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and Rags is sitting there just doing his thing. I love you, Rags. Get some rest, my man. Hey, S. Wong, good to see you. Patty from Napa, welcome back to the Bay. The queen of the scene is back. The Hum Daddies, Centaur, all of y'all, Maddie Stenson, thanks for everything. There's Captain Leisure. He's right there.
Nice.
Dude, Captain Leisure. I swear to God, we just summoned up his personage. I was just talking Leisure a couple of seconds ago.
Good.
Miguel Salas, there we go. Everybody have a great night. Tony and I thank you for giving us some of your time tonight, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Bummer brackets. They lay and they wait directly ahead of us. We're going to dive right into it tomorrow at high noon. Everybody get some rest, and we'll see you then. Cheers, y'all.
Peace, y'all.